So it looks like Bill Belichick probably coming to the Falcons, huh? That's what it seems like. It seems like that's going to be the case, and I just got to roll with it. Now, since Jim Harbaugh looked like he's going to the Chargers because they're not even talking to him, and nobody talked about Brian Flores, those are my two picks. Now I wonder, can we get Antonio Pierce? That's going to be my pick from now on. I don't want Belichick. I don't want Raheem Morris. I like the other guys that have been talked about. They're not bad picks. But personally, since we're not getting the two guys I wanted, and it look like we're getting Belichick, which I'm just not a fan of it. I want Antonio Pierce to be the head coach of the Falcons. I know the Falcons already, tried to, they asked for his services. They want to get an interview with him. Hopefully that works out. The Bill Belichick thing hasn't been official saying that they're going to interview him. There are reports that they're on a yacht together somewhere. Him and owner Arthur Blank. Maybe so. I don't know. Maybe Bill Belichick is probably apologizing about 28-3. I don't know. But I just think it's stupid to hire this man. From an X's and O's standpoint, I get it. If you want to win by any means necessary, cool. But I already talked about that in another video. It would be embarrassing, in my opinion, just to have him here, win, lose, or draw. That's just the way I look at it. But you get Antonio Pierce, a guy who turned around an abysmal Raiders team. They were like 3-5. He turned them around to be 5-4 at the end of the season. A lot of players seem to like him, and I think he will bring an energy, and he will win games with this roster. I think it'll be a phenomenal look for the Falcons to get a young, upcoming coach that's defensive-minded, that don't mind giving the offense a chance to flourish with whatever offensive mind he brings in. I think it will be awesome. And one thing you would know for sure, that he will definitely not be calling the plays offensively. So whatever quarterback we bring in, which I'll talk about the quarterback in a second, but whatever quarterback that we bring in, that quarterback is going to be able to flourish under a young, energetic coach. What I get with Antonio Pierce, I get a lot of Dan Campbell vibes, and you see how that played out. Jared Goff is not necessarily a veteran, but he's not a young quarterback either. He has a lot of years, under his belt, but he has a lot of years to go as well. So you kind of had a in-between type of quarterback there compared to bringing in a veteran like a Cousins or a Russell Wilson. Yeah, you want to win now, but like I said, you get a Dan Campbell or DeMeco Ryans type of coach here, you're going to win. You have a chance to win now. You do. You don't need this veteran presence to do so. You look at DeMeco Ryans, what he's doing. You look at Dan Campbell, what they're doing. Young, high energy coaches that are going to be here, that are going to make things, that could make things happen, that are making things happen, that could make things happen here in Atlanta. So my pick now, I like Ben Johnson. I like the guys from the Ravens organization. We talked about all of them in one of my videos, but I really think you bring Antonio Pierce here, you got a guy who can make things happen with this team. It doesn't necessarily have to be a proven guy or whatever the case may be. It doesn't have to be that. DeMeco Ryans went through the trenches. Dan Campbell went through the trenches. I think Antonio Pierce is that third guy that's going to have that same type of success. They got, the Texans is exactly what we should be. Young quarterback, young coach, energetic team, turned around the entire spirit of that organization, because 3-4 years ago, everybody was wondering about the owner of the Texans being racist. And the Bill O'Brien situation, DeAndre Hopkins getting traded, all this other stuff, it was a disaster. 1 year, nobody's talking about that stuff no more, because they turned it around with a coach and a quarterback, an energetic coach and a young quarterback. And I think this team, the Falcons, are primed for that right there. That is exactly what the Falcons need. A young quarterback would already have a young, talented team. You bring in a coach that's energetic, that's not necessarily stuck in their ways, actually putting it down. The actually putting it down for where you can move along with the times and have these players run through a wall for you. Some of these younger guys aren't necessarily going to react to an older coach. I mean, some do, but not really. I mean, we kind of seen it with the Sean McVay movement, the Kyle Shanahan movement, and then you starting to see everything under that. Matt LaFleur, you start to see all these other young coaches getting these younger players and making things happen. The Falcons should do the same. We tried it. We tried it with the coach that we had. It didn't necessarily work. And to be quite honest, he just couldn't get out his own way. The coach couldn't get out his own way, and he picked the wrong quarterback. I don't think you can go wrong with an Antonio Pierce, Caleb Williams, with a nice offensive coordinator. I don't think you can go wrong there. Like I said, once again, I'm going to get out of here, y'all, but look at Dan Campbell, look at D'Amico Ryans, and look at the offensive coordinators that they got. I think we can do the same thing here. If it's not Antonio Pierce, I'm not against any of the other guys, but I think that's just my personal pick. I think Antonio Pierce is that guy. You bring him in, you move up to go to at least number 3 and get you a young quarterback. Hopefully it'll be Caleb Williams. You get those two guys with what we have in Atlanta, we're going to have a 10, 11, 12-win season. I believe that because this division is just horrible. All right, y'all let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button, share this video, and let people know what we're doing over here. The podcast will be up tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do with the podcast. Is it going to be audio, visual, or both? Either way, it's going to be up. Hopefully, you guys check it out on the podcast avenue, or if you decide to pick it up on the YouTube channel or Rumble. All right, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all take it easy. I'm out. Peace.